Okay.
All right. Best Conversations podcast. Legend alert, legend alert, legend alert.
Hey.
All right, man. I ain't never talked to a Grammy nominated anything, producer, rapper, but then we got one on the line. West Side's own, Big Oomp Camp's own. If you don't know the name, I promise you know the hits. TPain's tour DJ, and that's just a few of the accolades. Straight out of Atlanta. If you ever heard that slang, ATL ho, that's the man that produced it. First time to the program, DJ Montay. Always wanted to say,
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on, K1?
man, I'm good, my brother. Hey, man, thank you for gracious, giving me your time, man. It's truly an honor to sit down and chop it up with you for a little bit, man.
Sure.
Absolutely, man. Most people don't know, might not know the name, but they know the huge hits. Like, is that better for you? Like, you know, you can kind of move how you want to move a little bit. You know what I mean? Ain't gotta, you know, if you know, but sometimes people, you know, sometimes producers, they might just kind of fly under the radar. You like it like that?
I kind of do, and I kind of be like, you know, I get the best of both worlds. I can go anywhere I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the problems. I don't want the issue. I don't want to be all out in the line. Like, but it's still people know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I really don't. I don't be tripping. You know, I like to keep it on the radar. I don't like people trying to count my pockets and see what I'm doing.
Absolutely. All right, let's start from the beginning, and we're gonna bring it up current.
Okay.
You first started DJing, partying, and you know, in high school, man, running behind the legendary. If you're from Atlanta, you know about Big Oomp Camp, man.
Yeah.
Talk about running behind Big Oomp and all that in the beginning.
Oh, well, shit, man. It was, first of all, let me say it was very fun. It still is fun, you know. Big Oomp, my brother. And man, shit, it just was a lot of hard work as well. You know, we had to put in long hours, like 24 hours worth of work. Damn,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't have no other life besides doing this. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Oomp was the type of person like, if you want to make this your career, you finna work for it.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna make you work for it, and that's what it was. You know, a 24-hour grind, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's,
One of the first rappers I remember. I used like I said, I'm from the Carolinas. I used to run back and forth to Atlanta a lot as a youngin. And one of the first people I remember on the underground scene in Atlanta, because I used to see the Big Oomp stuff all over Atlanta, was Baby D, man.
right.
Talk about working with Baby D, man, and coming up with that classic ATL hope. And before that, I don't know if you produced it, but that East Side West Side Baby D too, boy.
Right.
That shit was crazy as well, boy.
Well, the ATL whole came about, you know, we in the clubs and shit, would just be, we all hung out like every weekend. You know, the clubs ain't one like every day, but we hung out every weekend, and man, that's all. Folks kept saying ATL, so we were like, shit, ATL ho. So then once we had got the club to start saying it like how we were, man, we made a song out of it. We were like, fuck it, we finna do a song. And folks already was chanting. That's how East Side West Side came about too. I was already chanting East Side versus West Side, East Side, East Side. You know, that's how it was, and that's how we came up with a lot of the songs because of the club scene.
Yeah.
We just went in and just we went in and just made it epic. You know what I'm saying? We were like, oh shit, we knew this is it.
Yeah. Man, that shit made it all the way down here to the Carolinas, man. That East Side, West Side. You know, some people knew it, some people didn't, but
Right.
I was like, man, that boy Baby D is a problem, man. Why you think it's two rappers out of Atlanta I feel like don't get enough respect? Pastor Troy and Baby D. Baby D, somebody you work with really close out of Big Oomp Camp. Why you feel like, you know, why he haven't had that mainstream success?
Um, at the time, man, you know, right now you got social media that can make anything big, and you know, go viral at any given moment. Back then, they were real strict on down south music. You know what I'm saying? Like they were playing a lot of New York shit on the radio, and you know, down south music really wasn't accepted at the time. So if when we by the time we got Baby D and them going, it was like shit, you know, a lot of other things started coming out. It was just we weren't living in the life of the internet. You know, and a lot of people in New York wanted something there. A lot, like I'm telling you, like there's a lot of cities that really want something there. I know Carolinas fuck with us, but it was still like in the clubs. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like some big main media shit. And then when we was about to push the east side, west side, 9/11 happened, and that kind of destroyed a lot of shit that was going on in New York, BET, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, that was just.
I remember just y'all kept trying to kind of like redistribute East Side, West Side a couple of times, just
We
trying.
did remix to kind of just, you know, on the next album to kind of, and that shit did good here in Atlanta. But it was just like I say, the time, you know what I'm saying? The time of everything, all the little events just happened, and it kind of messed Baby D up. And then, you know, he got locked up at a point in time, so he did a nice little bid. So he out now though.
Yeah, shout to Baby D. One of my favorites, man. When I used to come to Atlanta, I used to first time I ever heard your name was on the radio with the legendary DJ Greg Street. I used to hear you on the radio with Greg Street, man. Talk about, man, them years in grinding just on the radio. And I used to come to Big Records and tapes and get the mixtapes and all that, man, from your grind from the radio and the classic mixtapes, bro.
Well, see, Greg Street was like, man, he already knew what I was doing in the streets from mixtapes, you know what I'm saying, that we were putting together. So he was like, man, come up here, I'm gonna fuck with you. Bring me a mix, 30-minute mix or something, or an hour. I think it was an hour, but it was like 2 30-minute sections. And I brought it, and he put me on the radio. Just like he didn't care what the PD said at the time. He didn't care about nothing, and he had ended up putting me on the radio. He gave me a shot at going at the radio. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't my first change. Shaka them when it was PD at Hot 107.
Shaka Lulu, Ludacris manager.
Yeah, Hot 97. They gave me a chance to mix at night at the station. You know, they were doing a 24-hour marathon, but that didn't go too good for me. But that was the first time he mixing on the radio. But it was in the middle of the night. But Greg Street had me on prime hours like 9 to 10. So he gave me that chance, and that really helped my name out there.
Yeah. It just started going crazy. Like who this cat DJ Montay, like, and from there, then I would get the tapes, and I would see your tapes, and I would see DJ Unk tapes way before back then too. And I was like, I almost was kind of messed up because when DJ Unk came out, I was like, I remember getting his damn mixtapes.
He used to do a lot of freestyles on his mixtapes. Yeah, he was doing freestyles on the mixtapes, you know.
Yeah. So man, let's get into the hits, man. Cause like I said, you might not know the name, but you know the song.
Right.
Your very first Smidash, the Smidash that took over the world, man. This shit came through Carolinas like a damn bullet, bro. If you was in the clubs, you know. You produced that "Walk It Out" by DJ Unk, man. I seen in another interview you said, man, you did that beat like 5 or 6 months before that, and
it was 3 years before that.
3 years before that, and then DJ Unk got on it.
Yeah. Shit, I had the beats just sitting, you know what I'm saying? And he came around, he was like, man, let me get a, you know, he was going through my beat CD. And at the time, him and MC Assault were going through the clubs and shit, so they wanted to fuck with the beat. And so they came up with a song, and me and Unk recorded on my birthday.
On your birthday?
Yeah, and it took like 8 months for me to really break the record. 8, 9 months for it to break the record, and it just took off from there.
With DJ Unk, I mean, the record was so huge, and people not really knowing much about who DJ Unk was. was it harder to break the record, you know, because you know people not knowing who it was, and how hard was it to come up with that, you know, that follow-up hit with Two Step, you know what I mean? Because when you have a song that's almost bigger than you, people start putting that one hit wonder shit on you and all that type of shit.
Right. No, it wasn't hard for me to break the record for the simple fact that I was in the club.
Mm-hmm.
I was breaking records anyway, but I knew what I had to do to push it. So that's why it wasn't hard for me. And I was on 107.9 too, so he was getting the best of both worlds. He hit in the club, then you hit in on the radio, and so shit. It just started sticking in folks' head. And then the next song came about because, like I said, I was in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like we were like, shit, we might well come with another dance record. I would do something else, and I had came up with the Two Step hook and recorded, and then it just took off from there. TPain got on that remix. Andre Outkast and Jim Jones got on the Walk It Out, so that helped carry the record.
Yeah,
gave it life.
So
yeah,
did you, when you made Walk It Out, have y'all already started working on Beating Down the Block, or y'all just kind of did Walking Out and just threw that out there and see what it did, or y'all was already working on Beating Down the Block?
Well, when we was already at the time, it wasn't no Beating Down the Block. You know, we just recording songs.
Mm-hmm.
We already had songs, and we saw the Walk It Out picking up, so we started making sure that we had an album together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then when he got to deal with Koch, we already had the album.
Okay.
All we had to do was start mixing and mastering it. So that was it.
Beating Down the Block, man. That shit is a super solid. I ain't gonna go out. You know, people like put that classic shit on there, but that's a really, really solid album. Like, it's, DJ Unk, touches on, topics about, losing family members, like having people locked up. I mean, if y'all never really listened to Beating Down the Block, man, I really encourage y'all to. That's a really good album, man. I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Me and my wife, like, always listen to that shit. You know what I mean?
But see, we had time to put it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't rushed. You know, like I was saying, like, we saw the record doing good and it picking up. We were like, well, shit, we might well get an album together, because me and Onk was up in New York searching for deals for the record.
Yeah.
You know, so once we found one, we were like, oh, it's go time. We already had an album to go together, so that was the best part about it.
Yes, sir. So now and shout out to DJ Unk, man, because really dope. I never know why we never got a follow-up album.
But we had the second season. The second album was second season.
Okay. So it was a second album. Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the first one, but it was like, we ain't had no real, like, we had the song Show Out that came out on that album. It kind of, I don't forget what happened and why it didn't just get pushed like it did the first album, but yeah.
Yeah.
We had the second one.
So, so then you produce a crossover Smidash. And I didn't even know this until I was looking at some of your credits before this interview. I had no idea you did Low with damn Flow Rider and TPain, bro. Man, that's an international smash, man. I'm talking like your kids can live off that for the rest of their life.
Well, it just went diamond in December, probably a little bit before that. It's at 12 million sold now.
Hold on. You hear what that man said?
Yeah.
That record, Low, just went diamond.
Yeah.
Man, that's nuts, man. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you. In December 2020, it went diamond. I got my trophy for it, so that was huge for me.
Damn. All right, real quick, man. Take me through the process of producing Low. I heard the rumors that the record was supposed to be Nelly's first. because of the little apple bottom thing, or maybe T-Pain wrote the hook thinking of Nelly or something like that.
He probably did. Me and T-Pain are really one that's close then. You know what I'm saying? So I was sending my beats to Mike Caren. Mike Caren had, he had different writers on it. Just so happened when T-Pain was as hot at the time, he had Pain just locked in the studio, just making up hooks and shit. So at first, for real though, it was Paul Wall song featuring Juvenile.
Paul Wall featuring Juvenile.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And then Paul Wall, I understand where he was coming from. Like he said he didn't want it because it was probably gonna make him too pop. Mm-hmm. He got an urban lifestyle, so I understood. And then Mike Caren came with the dude Flow Rider. Now when I heard the song, I was like, oh man, this shit out of here. Mm-hmm. This shit gone. I didn't know it was gonna do big numbers like that, but it ended up doing it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite songs that you produced, rest in peace to Dolla. Who the fuck is that? Another collaboration with T-Pain. Mm-hmm. Nappy.
I love that one. Yeah.
What do you remember? What do you remember about Dolla? And what do you remember about producing that track?
I remember producing that track. I was like, man, I had used down there the same sounds I used for everything else, but I was like, man, I love that beat. Mm-hmm. That beat was so hard for me. And then I heard the song that Pain had did to it, and I just automatically knew. But I really didn't even know Dolla before that.
Really?
Nah. Akon had called me and was like, bro, I want to use this song for my artist Dolla. I'm like, all right, bet, let's go. Let's run it. And Pain got it cleared and I got it cleared. And then I finally met Dolla and we were cool ever since then after the video shoot. So, mm-hmm. That's the only time. That was the first time he meeting him at the video shoot.
Yeah. Then nobody really got to really know much about Dolla. I knew he was signed to Konvict. I knew he had that smash.
Yeah, right.
And before you know
that's what I'm saying. I didn't never, like a lot of my songs, Pain had just a batch of hooks sitting around everywhere. So it's just like, somebody they got a hold of it. So I was like, shit, all right, cool. I know Akon was gonna push it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was like, all right, bet, let's run it.
So you and T-Pain got this crazy chemistry, and at this point, did you ever think like, damn, I'm end up gonna be on tour with this man as his DJ? Like,
no, not really, man. It was good because I really wasn't even thinking about being a tour DJ because my mind was still being in the clubs and shit. So, at one point in time, I was just tired. I was like, man, I want to do some bigger shit. The next thing, Pain was like, man, I need you to hit the road with me. I said, well, damn, God answered my prayers. I said, okay, cool. But I never knew how big that shit was. Mm-hmm. That was my first time. Not first time, because I was on the road with Ump, but, being with a big major artist like T-Pain, that was my first time being on, big stages. And I was like, shit, this what it is? And so I didn't never want to go back to the club. So I just never knew I was going to be his DJ. He just called me out of nowhere. And then ever since then, we still got the chemistry now that if you see us on stage, that we rock anything.
Yeah, man. So, all right, now we're going to wrap up with your production, but this is my favorite DJ Montana produced track. The Trouble Man album. Can I Learn to Live with R. Kelly and T.I.
Right.
Man, it seemed like you got into your R&B bag on that thing, bro. Like, man, talk about producing that, man. Cause the song was so good. It's in my mind, it should have been a single, but it wasn't a single or anything like that. But it was just a really, really good song. My favorite song off that Trouble Man album.
Well, at first that was a whole R. Kelly record.
Really?
Yeah, I had a session with R. Kelly, and he don't show up about 5 o'clock in the morning to start the session, and he'll have you booked at 7. But now he came in, R. Kelly heard that beat, man. He was like, man, play that shit again. And he was in the corner somewhere. He was writing, singing it into his thing, and he was like loaded up, and he went into the booth and just started singing the whole song. So it's a whole song. R. Kelly. Then I had it. I was just sitting on it. You know, I think R. Kelly leaked it or something. I don't know who leaked it, but um, I heard T.I. was working on an album called Trouble Man. So I said, I got to get to him. I got a perfect song for him. And that's what I did. I hooked up with him. Me and Tip rearranged the song to where it could fit him. So we took, like, Can You Learn to Love a Trouble Man wasn't even the hook for the R. Kelly shit. We made it the hook. For
Wow.
T.I. Yeah, we made that part the hook. And then he was like, man, because it was Lee, he was like, give me something a little different at the beginning. So I added some piano parts to the beginning of it and made the beat, updated the beat some and just changed a few things to make it fit. You know what I'm saying? The fit tip.
Very classic song, man. With the skit in the beginning and everything, man.
Well,
Damn.
the skit was on him. He did that. But you know what I'm saying? Like just the piano part that was added once it got with tip.
So do you play the piano, bro?
I can get the job done, but I have people when I want something that just really just take you there. I got people that come in like me and Mr. Jones. That was the name of producer who helped me play them keys on there. Uh, I worked with him a lot because we did the Sugar record together, the
Mhm.
Flow Rider Sugar record. We did
Another
that.
Hugh, another Smith Ash.
Yeah,
Another
we did that record. We did that record together, and I also have another producer that play really well, which is D Lamar. He play, but they'll take you to church when they're ready. You know what I'm saying? And then Big Corey, he also play too. But me, I'm just more of I piece everything together to get it done. So
hitting that motherfucking what's the name?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I can play some chords, but as far as taking you to church, that's not me.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get some game. Man, your credits. We'll be here all night talking about your credits, man. Do your Googles, man. Do your Googles and look up DJ Montay production. I'm gonna put up after this interview. I'm gonna put up a whole playlist on Apple Music that you can get some of his, hear some of his production. Um, but let's give some game to the young producers. Some of the young producers gonna watch this. Um, how, what would be your advice how to get placements for young producers in this day?
You really had to get out and network. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, to be honest with you, find your artist and start up with the artist because as you can see, it's like Unk was like our artist with Unk Count. So and Baby D and there, all that was our artist. So people knew we had beats. You know what I'm saying? So once that Walk It Out took off, then folks was really fucking with me. Then they were like, "Oh, well, shit." He got down. I came with Low, and I did that Shawty Lo Foolish and Dolla. So folks like credit started going up and it started to fuck with me. So that's what I say. If you're a producer, I say start you off an artist. That'll help showcase your talent. Besides trying to chase down the big folks. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Um, in 20 in
Mhm.
20 in 2021, man. First off, how was your you got engaged in 2020. You did it on stage and and
Mm-hmm.
and all that. So I know you was on the road with TPain and shit, but how was your 2020, man? I know 2020 was rough for a lot of people, but like I said, man, you got engaged, man, to your soon to be lovely wife.
Man, thank you. Oh, well, yeah, we had got engaged, and then March came, and shit was just shut down. I think that's when it shut down. Yeah, we were not expecting it. My 2020 was cool because I was really able to sit down because I really was traveling like all the time. Like I was gone majority of 2019. So they gave me a chance to sit down and just focus on a lot of things for me, and most importantly, myself. And so that was really good. Like I'm just happy that I really just didn't lose anyone close and dear to me at that time. So because we was all taking precautions, like, hey man, this is what we're gonna do, and we just stood together. We stood by it, and so thank God I just want, you know, I didn't lose no one in 2020 like that.
Absolutely. And we talking about 2020, talking about health, man. You got your health together, man. You lost like a bunch of weight, man.
75 pounds.
Yeah, man. Talk
Yeah.
about your transform. What took you in the mindset of transforming your mind and your body, bro?
Really, man, I just got tired of just. I felt like I was too young to have some of the issues that I was having, and breathing hard and all that kind of shit, eating late nights, and I wanted to make a change, and I ain't like how I was feeling. After I eat, go to sleep, just feel, I just wanted to change, and so I just was like, man, first thing I'm gonna do is start off with my eating. And I did it, Then I was playing basketball like every day, doing all kind of stuff. Then I hooked up with this trainer named Drelly, and he helped me work out, start teaching me certain things. And so ever since then, I don't work out with him, but I train with myself. I train every day by myself, and I just like, man, I'm never ever going back to that shit again. I had Bell's palsy and everything during
Wow.
it. Yeah, that shit. I'm pretty sure my blood pressure was high too at the same time.
Wow. That, that's
Mhm.
that's crazy, bro. I'm glad that you definitely you got it all the way together because even myself, bro. Like I'm 35, and it's like 40 come right around the corner, bro. And
Yeah.
I mean, just this personal advice for me. How do you change some of your eating habits, bro? Because that's probably like one of the toughest for me is like my eating habits.
Well, I just went vegan like 3 years ago. I want to say four, but 3 years ago. And man, it really like once you feel that energy and feel that change, you'll never want to do nothing else again. Yeah, and then you try this and then you go back to it and you be like, man, I just don't like it no more. So then, man, I'm 42. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I had to change it up. A lot of shit started working a whole lot better once you just put better shit in your system. I was just telling a friend of mine, like, man, you really got to think about it like this. When your car feel a certain kind of way, right? When you're driving,
That's
right? So it start feeling, and let's just say you ain't changed the oil, you putting, the oil bad in there and it's clogging up everything. Your car start running, change the air filter. The car can't breathe because it's clogged up and shit. And you put bad gas in it one day or something and then just fuck up. You're gonna do is take that car somewhere. They're gonna put everything new in there, they're gonna clean it out, they're gonna put everything smooth working it, and you're gonna be back working again. So that's how I look at it for the body. For me, what I did was I got rid of a lot of bread, sugars. I just restarted my body, man, just to get it back going again. You know what I'm saying? For sure, that what happened. Like everything started working like brand new all over again. Which
wow.
I never had issues, but it's it's better. It's better without some of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially if you know what it do. Like
Absolutely.
that red meat claws you up. You'll
Mm.
be sitting on that shit for a long time, man, and just that shit cholesterol. But everything is in moderation too, though. If you eat meat every single day, I don't recommend that. But everything in moderation, for real
Absolutely.
though. Yeah, man. Well, I'm telling you though, if you switch that shit up, and let's just say you start changing like the mucus, like I was saying, the air filter, you could breathe. The
Mhm.
mucus start getting the hell on. I don't eat no dairy. I might try lamb every once in a while, and that's
Mhm.
it. But other than that, man, I don't eat nothing.
Shit. I
Yeah,
got
I just had a little kale wrap, and I'm full.
a little kale wrap. That's it.
Man, listen, man. The things I could probably tell you offline, like the shit that'll help you with, man. You'll be like, you know what? To test your testosterone levels go back up. No, we young, really.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like our body really made to last for a while. We just break it down by putting in unnecessary bullshit. Just like a motor. If you like a motor in a car. Motors in cars will last as much as you change your oil.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Your person don't get that shit tuned up, that shit gonna break down on you.
All right. Let's you DJ in the clubs, Atlanta for the last 25 years. Um, give me your
27.
you said what now?
27.
27 years.
Yeah.
Give me the most your top 5 most impactful records in Atlanta over the last 27 years that you feel like changed Atlanta, changed the game. If there are 5 records that you feel like that really changed the game in Atlanta?
Do it have to be in any particular?
No order, and not
Oh,
even
okay.
saying you and not even that said you produced it, but you know, I'm gonna give you
No,
one.
I know what you're saying. I was just wanting to make sure
Okay.
before it was in any
Okay.
order. So I'm gonna say Outkast on the player listed. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Jon, Who You With? That's two.
Who you with, motherfucker? Who you with?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That started Atlanta on some crunk shit. And then let's see, let me see. TLC just as a group for some R&B shit was three. Ying Yang Twins. What's Why You Twerking For? Yeah.
Why you twerk? Oof.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm gonna say also too, like, I gotta have our shit in there. I'm gonna say East Side, West Side because a lot of these producers got their formula from us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we had some influence into this in this city.
Who's the producer behind East Side West Side?
Say that again.
Who's the producer behind East Side West Side?
Me and Freddie B and MC Assault, and then for the remix it was me and Fred.
Okay. Shit. Say less. When here's a few records that I feel like, you know, kind of changed, that really came through even in the Carolinas, Atlanta, that really changed it. Young Jock is going down. You remember hearing that first time in the club? Like,
yeah, that's one on. Okay, I can agree with you.
I feel like shit, the whole Jeezy mixtape Trap or Die kind of really, that shit really kind of changed Atlanta.
You gave me 5, so T.I., you can't really skip Jeezy without T.I.
Yeah, without T.I., of course, the Kang is my favorite rapper of all time. You know what I mean? Him and Jigga, my two favorites of all time. Right. Definitely Tip 24s, definitely changed it. And that whole crunk era, man. What do you remember about DJing in that crunk era, bro? Just like being, I remember I seen you in another interview. You said, like, playing that 3-6 Mafia. You said if you was DJing and a fight didn't break out, then you feel like you didn't do your damn job.
Yeah, that's how I felt, man. I felt like if a fight didn't break out, I didn't do my job. So that was my influence to do that. Then Lil Jon just kind of, we were really 3-6 influenced. You know what I'm saying? The whole Atlanta scene was.
Oh,
really...
another one of my sleepy favorites from you. First time I seen you was I love having sex, but I'd rather
get some head.
Get some head.
I love that record actually, but
your boy DJ Montay. That was my shit. Last one.
Yeah, we was Memphis influence, you know what I'm saying? Thanks to 3-6 Mafia, it helped Atlanta get our sound. And we just took it and flipped it to our shit. That was it.
Memphis really started crunk.
Yeah. You listen to Project Pat, not Project Pat, Gangsta Pat. We were listening to fucking 3-6 Mafia, Tommy Wright, all that shit influenced Atlanta. Like we was on it, but then we just kind of took it to a whole nother level.
So
yeah,
but DJ in that crunk era, man, that shit was stupid, bro. That shit was crazy.
Man. It was more fun. I'm gonna just say that than what it is now. Like, yeah, I might have some nights where I didn't have no fights, which is good. You know what I'm saying? But
shout out to promoters.
Yeah, I'm saying people had fun. You know what I'm saying? Now it ain't like that here. You got to have a whole club full of sections and shit. So you had to go in. Everybody want hookahs and bottles with the lights on them and shit. It just ain't no fun for me no more. Like it's just you don't have fun.
Hookahs and sections killed the club.
Hookahs and sections, man. That shit just like everybody want to chill now. Like if I want to chill, I can be at home, like play my own music.
It was like a joy for us. Like me and my partner, when we was going to the club, we would say, "Look, at this certain time when this record come on, we going to the middle of the flow. Like the middle of the flow and just going stupid. Like that was a thing, you know what I mean? It was a little dangerous, but that was a thing, you know what I mean?
It ain't like that now.
Nah, man, they like this, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you know what? I went to I just came back from Fort Lauderdale, and I went to Flow Riders Club down there, and they actually party. You know what I'm saying? He got the section, but he got a dance floor as well. You know what I'm saying? They like the party down there, so that's what I like about his club. Like he actually got a dance, and it's some hood shit.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
Studio 183. That's the name of the spot.
Shout the Flow Rider, man. Before I get you out of here, man, I know you say you fuck with the whole youth, man. You know, you said you're not one of these, you know, older producers, older guys in the game that's, you know, mad at the youth. But is there any particular guys in the young generation you really feeling?
I got a few. Fuck with Lil Baby. I fuck with
Baby hard, boy.
Yeah, I fuck with Roddy Rich. Roddy Rich probably one of my favorite ones out of. And I fuck with I had the name on the tip of my tongue. I fuck with Roddy Rich, Lil Baby, and who was that? Oh, Travis Scott.
Okay. Yeah, those
Yeah,
some heavy hitters. Them some definitely heavy hitters, man. Yo,
yeah.
DJ Montay, boy, man, I've been a fan since day one, man. I really appreciate you taking your time, man. Taking your time out to come fuck with a young Carolina boy, man. Anything you got coming up, man? Because you still got credits out here. You were just on that recession. You were just on that recession too, man. And you know, that just came out. So anything that people should be looking out for you coming soon, bro?
We got a you know, I work with Big Core, so he just did some stuff with
Big card.
Yeah, he did some stuff with Earth
all the time.
Yeah. Earth Gang did stuff with Yellow Bees and Ty Dolla. So, you know, we just keep pushing. Doing I got some more shit coming. I just like to wait till you know things get finalized.
Absolutely, got paper. Got to get that paperwork right before you start talking about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, man. All right, man. It's been another edition of Best Conversations podcast. DJ Montay. Like I said, if you don't know the name, you know the hits. Go do your Googles, guys. All right, man. Peace and blessings, my brother. Keep God first, and I promise everything will work itself out. DJ Montay, thank you for your time, my brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.